Did you know that in Spider-Man, during the Thanksgiving dinner scene, both Peter Parker and Norman Osborn wore their enemies' costume colors, Peter in green and Norman in red and blue. Harry Osborn, showing his neutrality to that point, being friends with Peter and his father's loyal son, wore both sets of colors, a green shirt, blue coat, and red tie. Did you know that for Spider-Man, before J.K. Simmons' agent could tell him he was cast as Jameson, a fan in an advertising agency broke the news to Simmons? I found out I got the part because of some kid who was so connected to the internet fan sites that they had that information on a Spider-Man website before my agent called me to tell me I got the job. Simmons recently told The Ringer. He called me like 3 hours later and I was like, yeah, I know, he said.
What are you looking for, a raise? Get out.
Did you know in Spider-Man Homecoming, Karen, aka the voice in Spider-Man's suit, is voiced by Jennifer Connelly? Connelly is married to Paul Bettany, the voice of Jarvis, aka the voice in Iron Man's suit. Of course, Bettany also plays Vision.
What about Karen?
You can call me Karen, if you would like.
Hey, Karen.
Did you know that for Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock fights Blackwood's French henchman, Dredger is played by Robert Maillet, a legit 7-footer who used to be a professional wrestler under the name Kurgan. While Maillet has plenty of experience pulling punches, he accidentally connected with Downey's face. It was reported at the time Downey was knocked, but fortunately, that was not true. He was bloodied and knocked down, though. Maybe at that moment, he regretted the whole let's make Holmes a fighter thing. Did you know that in Avengers Endgame, when Tony says goodbye to his dad, we learn that Tony's AI system is named after Howard Stark's driver, Jarvis. He's played by James D'Arcy, who portrayed Jarvis in the Agent Carter TV series. Did you know that in Black Panther, this foreshadowing you might have missed? When Killmonger takes the throne, he says, "The sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire."
The sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire.
The end of the movie shows them watching the sunset, signifying the end of his rule.
It's beautiful.
For Terminator 2 Judgment Day, on Patrick's first day, he filmed the scene in which after killing the dog of John Connor's foster parents, the T-1000 looks through John's room and takes in a great deal of information. The scene was deleted.
What's the dog's name?
Did you know that for Back to the Future, the DeLorean is now iconic? We basically only remember the car with the gull-wing doors because of the film. It almost was not the choice for the time machine though. Originally it was supposed to be a stationary device. A refrigerator was considered, but the worry was that kids would climb into fridges and get stuck. A Ford Mustang was briefly bandied about before landing on a different car though. The rest is history. Did you know that in Captain America the First Avenger, the shield that Steve used during the War Bond rallies is inspired by Captain America's original steel shield in the comics? The triangular shield also appeared on the cover of the first Captain America comic book. Did you know that for Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man, not Spider-Man? Stan Lee specifically placed a hyphen between Spider and Man, to avoid confusion with another superhero, Superman.